Alrighty, now we got movie review. This is 2018's Welcome to Marwen with Steve Carell. I like this movie. I really do. Look at that. Even the disc is beautiful. It's rare that I find a blue colored DVD. I like that. So, I watched this what was it, the other day, I think, and I was blown away. Because not only is it a mirror of what I do in my writing, it also, shines a light on, PTSD and how Mark actually, copes with it, how he copes with it and whatnot. I do give this a high, 10, straight up 10, because there needs to be more films like this because I feel that, mental health and mental illness doesn't get enough recognition in films today. And I know, and I saw that this thing actually bombed. I'm like, that's some bullshit. Because I mean, this was a really good movie, and it's also not just good as in like, oh, I'm going to sit here and watch this over and over again. Good as in, yeah, I do want to watch it again in the future, but also good as in, the PTSD and how that was covered and what happened to him and as a result, you know, and it also gave me, an introspection, you know, into how, he uses people that he's encountered and puts them and turns them into dolls, makes them dolls, and, you know, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So he uses them to, boost his confidence and get back to where he was before. That's what I've been trying to do with myself. So I can relate to what happened to him on that spectrum. I can't relate to it because I don't have a shoe fetish or, that kind of thing. I don't have a shoe fetish. I don't have a bunch of dolls, but I do have my work. I got my writing. So that's how I work. Here's an introspection into how because he's got PTSD. I have CPTSD. Um, for him, he lost his memory and whatnot. And it's based on true story as well. So if you haven't read the true story, look it up or watch this movie. Um, for me, my CPTSD, I've gone into it already. I made a video on it and everything. For him, it's taking women that he's encountered that have been, positive, it left a positive memory on him and an effect as well. Positive impact in his life. And he turned them into dolls. He found dolls and, made dolls based off of them. I have done the same thing with different women that have left a positive impact on me or a positive first impression. And I put them into my stories. And, it's a journey through my writing and how intricately layered I am. And how, each of them uh, is, how are they? They're like, they're a stepping stone to me rebuilding my core self and getting back to where I was before. Because, like I've said before, I used to be super fucking quiet. I never, um, I never opened up about any of my shit ever. I never talked about anything at all ever. Um, so opening up on YouTube helps, and also doing my writing helps as well. So that's how I am. That's how my writing is. And I'm sure some of you are the same way as well. If you are like that and you have different people you've idolized and you've put them into your work or your art or whatever you do, whatever makes you happy. You know, if you want to wear heels because it makes you feel confident and you're comfortable about it, good for you. I support any kind of fetish. You know, go for it. If it makes you happy, go for it. That's how I look at it. You know, if it ain't hurting anybody, go for it. But yeah, I mean, Steve Carell, I love him as an actor. He's phenomenal. He is very. I don't. I want to say universal. Like, that's the first thing that comes to mind is like, yeah, Steve Carell is universal. I can't really say universal. I can say he is very cohesive in his work. The reason I can't say universal is because he hasn't done horror. I want to see him do a horror film. Like straight up horror, like really fucking frightening horror. And then I can say, and I can be like, okay, well, yeah, he's universal now because he's done, you know, comedy, drama, he's done family shit. Actually, he's got to do a musical too. Well, no, he's done a musical. I think no, he hasn't done a musical. So yeah, he's not quite universal yet, but the way he works into a role is really good. I like that about him, and the cast was really good too. That made me happy as well. I was like, because when I saw Gwendolyn pop up on the screen, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a good movie after all. And the deleted scenes, those were really good too. They added more to the story, so the movie would have been, instead of almost 2 hours, it would have been over 2 hours. Um, I didn't watch the documentaries, or no, not documentaries, the featurettes. I'm sorry, I didn't watch the featurettes because I'm gonna buy this down the road eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it. And this is directed by Robert Zemeckis. So this was damn good. So yeah, if you want an introspective look into how someone copes with PTSD and you don't understand it, this is for you. I swear this is for you. I mean, you can watch multiple fucking documentaries, multiple YouTube channels that, you know, with people who sit there and talk about, oh, I have PTSD, or they go into how PTSD is. You got to watch people who have actually gone through PTSD or CPTSD, like Mark Hogenkamp and myself, and you know, tons of others. So you really understand it, because it is a bitch to go through. It is a bitch to just make an effort to, you know, be who you were before the event hit you. Whatever it was, if it was rape, if it was abuse, if it was, you know, addiction or anything, whatever it was, you know, we're all trying to get back to where we were before. And it is fucking hard, man. I swear, it is so hard to get back to square one. So, yes, I highly recommend this to my friends, and I highly recommend it to you. If you don't like Steve Carell, well, that's your fucking loss. This is a damn good flick. And it's a bitch that it bombed in theaters, because it's so good. It was so perfect. It encapsulated and captures PTSD and, you know, what he went through PTSD wise. Yeah. For him, and how, you know, someone copes with it. If you're not into this kind of thing, well, I'm sorry, this isn't for you. If you don't like Robert Zemeckis, this isn't for you. If you do, this is for you. If you don't like any of the cast, Leslie Mann, Diane Kruger, Merritt Weber, Janelle Monáe, can't read that. Isaac Gonzalez, Gwendolyn Christie, Leslie Zemeckis, Neil Jackson. Yeah, this ain't for you. If you don't like Alan Silvestri, definitely not for you. But if you like all of them, this is for you. If you like movies that bombed and they turned out to be really good, definitely for you. If you have issues with hate crime films, this isn't for you. If you don't like fetishes, not for you. That's another thing that I like that this covered was fetishes. It covered PT. It was a two in one deal. It covered fetishes and mental health. That was nice. It was a good deal. Like, I don't know. I mean, everybody's so quick to judge shit, and I hate that. Like, just give it a chance. It's actually really good. If you have a short attention span, this ain't for you. Check it at your library. Always, that way you can figure out if you really want to go with it. And he still does art to this day, which is really cool. And now the town of Marwen has 200 citizens, which is really cool. So yeah, it's really nice. It's nice to watch something that I fully understand and I can identify with on a certain level. I mean, there's so many people out there that will they'll say, "Oh yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from," and they really don't, and they just say it so you shut up about it, and that's really fucking ignorant. Like, dude, I'm trying to explain shit to you. Don't say it just to shut me up. I'm explaining how I am and why I am. Like, if you can't handle that, hit the fucking bricks. So, till next time, like and subscribe. Thoughts and prayers.